What's up, guys? Michael Douglas Lawn Care here. The guys just took off for the day, and today I ended up testing out the XCOR earphones right here, 4-in-1 Bluetooth Digital Ear Pro. I had pretty high hopes for these headphones. 5.2 Bluetooth connectability, customizable ear tips. They basically have different foam tips in here. Hearing protection, hand-free communication, touch control. Let's open this box right here, see what's in here, see what they give you. And at the end of this, I'll tell you if I like the XCOR Pro or if I don't. It is a little confusing to me because right here on the front, it says up to 29 decibels. But if we turn it over right here, it says noise reduction rate, 23 decibels when used as directed. I would not purchase these because it says 29. Don't purchase them because it says 29. It is more in line with the 23 with the other products that I have tested. Let's open this up and see what's in here. Here is the start guide right here. Let's open this up and see what's in here. Giving you the terms and conditions. Of course, I'm a guy, so you know what? We're going to skip that stuff. The general foam is the maximum hearing protection. I stayed for the most part today with the general foam. Moving over here, basically you just push it on and it's push fitting there. It's pretty simple to take them on and off. I just shoved it in my ear canal and that worked fine. I didn't end up pressing or compressing the tip right here. And I actually, when I first put them on, I put them on backwards. This is the correct way. So if you purchase these, make sure you put them this way and not so the axle is going the opposite way. There's a touch control area right here on the front. There's a long press touch control area. You touch it for 2 seconds and the sound will go on and the sound will go off. There is also a rectangular button on the top right here. Basically, it's going to provide you with different levels, low, medium, and high. I was toggling between those three settings. I did not notice any difference between the three. I feel like this headphone was extremely delayed, so when I went down and started mowing, it let a whole lot more noise in, and then I pressed those buttons again and I could not get it to the noise canceling. I feel like it was just letting more noise in than it should. So what I ended up doing was I took the headphones out of my ears, I put them back in the case to reset it, took them back out of the case, put them in my ear, and it was back to normal, to the maximum hearing protection. Now that was pretty annoying. There are definitely some negatives to this headphone. We'll get into that. You are in music mode. Single tap the right ear audio button for volume up and the left ear for volume down. Double tap to play and pause. Triple tap the right ear to skip forward and triple tap the left ear to skip backwards. You're basically pressing this front button right here. I did make some phone calls on this today. I called my wife actually to test out this headphone to see how well she could hear me. When I have my Apple AirPods Pros in, she can hear me when I'm on the trimmer, but it is extremely loud and she does not like talking to me when I am trimming. So my hope for this headphone was I can take this and trim and she can hear me talking, and that was far from the case. It was more difficult for her to hear with these than the Apple AirPod Pros, and even when I had it on idle, it was extremely hard for her to hear me. So basically, she did not want to hold a conversation when I had the trimmer on. So there is no noise reduction here when you are talking on the cell phone. You're going to have to shut everything off if you're using equipment for the other person to hear you on the other line. So let's open the box back up, and this is the nifty, probably traveling case that they give you. So we'll put this to the side. Let's unzip this real quick here. Now that we got it unzipped, let's open it up, see what's in here. They are providing you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 different ear tips. Each are all different. So you're only getting one size ear tip. So basically, I think I chose the bigger ear tips right here. I only get one size of this ear tip. If you want more size ear tips, you're going to have to buy more. They only provide one in each size for you. They provide a USB-C charging cable right here, which is pretty standard. And here's the nifty charging case right here. So we'll go ahead and put this off to the side and open this thing up. It is pretty cool when you open this up. If I can do it with one hand, it lights up right here, AXIL. That is actually really cool. Let's take this out. It is actually pretty difficult to take these headphones out compared to other headphones. These are smaller. This case is small. This is recessed down in the case itself. So getting this out is a little bit tricky. I did drop them a couple times today, which was not ideal. It is a magnet charging port right here. So basically you drop it in and it will snap right into place, just like the Apple AirPod Pros. The other one will come right out. See, I can't even get it out. I know I'm only using one hand right here, guys, but it is a little bit difficult. You can tell right here, you're pressing the button on the side right here, and this button on the top right here is to change the modes, 3 different modes that this has. Let me put one in my ear so I show you what it looks like, guys. I put this, shove it in my ear, hold it for a second, slowly let off, let it expand, and that is what it's going to look like right there. I had high expectations for the AXIL headphone. This was not my original purchase. I had intended to do a test with 3 headphones. If you don't know or follow the channel, I am doing a test with 3 headphones. This is the second earphone that I have tested. I have 2 more to test. At the end of all this testing, I will be doing a final review, rating them from best to worst. I ended up buying, I think, the AXIL Pro 2s, the AXIL Sports, and the walkers. And I said, I'm just going to do those 3. And lo and behold, once you go to Amazon and order a bunch of headphones, what scrolls up in your Facebook feed? Headphones, ads for headphones. And this was one of them that popped up that had a cool little video on Facebook. And I said, you know what? For $150, I will buy these, test these out, and rate them for you because the video looked cool, the whole product looked cool, very small case, and it looked like it was going to fit in my ear and do exactly what I need it to do. I will say the positive is the case. I really like the case. I like how it opens. I like how it snaps shut. And honestly, that is probably where the positives end. I put these in my ears and adjusting the volume, pressing play, pressing skip, all the controls I feel like are extremely delayed, especially the volume up and down. It's pretty delayed, and then I like, it's not working, so I'm going to get out my phone. I get out my phone, and lo and behold, the volume goes up twice. And I'm like, what the heck? So the response on the headphone itself to your phone is extremely delayed. A positive for the AXIL headphones would be, I guess, the sound. There's headphones out there, hearing protection headphones out there on the market that the volume does not go high enough for your liking when you're on music, when you're on the mower. I understand that you don't want the volume too high, but at the same time, if you can't hear the music, why buy a Bluetooth earpiece? It doesn't make sense. You can hear the music. It does go loud enough with these AXIL headphones. I probably had them on 3/4 power the entire half the day that I wore these today. I want to emphasize half the day that I wore these today. Probably around 11 o'clock, 11:30. I said, I honestly need to take these out of my ears. I don't want to get into too much comparing them with the other headphones that I've bought, but so far these are probably the most uncomfortable headphone or ear protection that I have put into my ear. I put it in my ear and it just, the whole time it's just uncomfortable. I thought it would go away. Right now at the end of the day, I have a headache, and it is 100% because of these headphones right here. So comfortable wise, these are not even close to any of the other ones that I tried. Sound loudness, it is up there. Sound quality, it's nothing spectacular, the sound quality. There's no heavy bass in this. I honestly feel like it's a cheaper, even though it's $150 some, I feel like that is honestly overpriced for what this is right here. I also had some connections issues with this. So we got to one of our cemeteries that we maintain. I got out, put the headphones in my ear, connected perfect, had to stop, put them back in my ear, talk to somebody real quick, put them back in my ear, and only music was playing in my right ear. I said, what in the heck is going on? I tried to press the buttons, nothing happened. It said trying to connect. So I put them back in the case. I put them back in my ear, and just the left one was working, not the right one. And then I messed around with it a little bit, and finally after 30 to 40 seconds, the right one finally paired up and connected. So the connectability in this obviously works, but it is not on par with others that are out there on the market. I hope AXIL, I don't know if they're watching this video or not. Honestly, I hope they do. I hope they take all this information that I'm telling you guys and change some of this. Guys, I really had high hopes for this headphone. It is just so stinking uncomfortable. And with me just putting that in my ear right now, my headache has raised probably about 3 levels right now. They look good, but honestly, If I only bought one pair of headphones and bought these to try them, I would be disappointed. I would probably return them. And if I didn't know any better, I probably would never buy another pair of Bluetooth earphones again if these were the first ones that I tried. I just would think everyone is like this. Everyone is painful in my ear. It's just not worth my time. Yes, do they work? Yeah, they block out noise. They do what they're supposed to do. They're just really painful in my head. Now, you know what? Maybe my ears are a little bit different than your ears, but I'll tell you what, the other ones that I've tried the past couple of days are just nowhere near the pain level for me as this. I've tried a couple that were uncomfortable towards the end of the day, but this one was pretty much uncomfortable as soon as I put them in my ears. And pretty much 5 minutes, I knew that at the end of the day, trying them out, giving them a fair chance that it was not going to be a fun day. And I have a major headache, and I only could put these in half of the day because I said, my head is killing me. I can't continue to do this. So steer away from this brand and go with something else. Out of the other three that I'm going to do reviews on right now, with only testing one other one, it's fair to say this is probably going to be my least favorite out of the four. But who knows? Let me know in the comments below if you've tried this brand before, what other ones have you tried, and let me know what's your favorite. Thanks for watching, guys. Michael Douglas Lawn Care. I'll catch you in the next one, hopefully sooner than later. And I think the next one, we're going to be testing out some ISO Pro 2s and see how those compare to the AXIL Pros. Thanks, guys. God bless. Take care.